Hello, hello, and welcome, my Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your 7-card draw. What do I need shadow read for this full moon to new moon, November into December 2021? I'm your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions since 1998, author of Words of Grace. From a professional witch, available on Kindle, links in the description box. The Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. And launching my Patreon channel on this full moon, the day before it. We'll talk about the astrology of all of that in a minute, and you'll see why I'm doing it on the Thursday before the Friday of full moon in Taurus. This is a 7-card draw. If you are new to the channel, it just means 1 card from 7 different decks, getting you divination, clues, tips, hints, guidance, grace for a specific astrological timeline. In this case, a waning moon, a timeline from full to new. So release, forgive, heal, let go, alchemize from lead to gold, shadow work, all that stuff. So let's look at that timeline briefly. We are looking at, well, full moon. It is a full moon, and it is a lunar eclipse, but it goes void, of course, all at the same time, 3:57 a.m. Eastern. I am in New York. Please don't make me do math. So it is in Taurus up until that point. So that's on a Friday. Thursday is a great day for wealth, right? Second house stuff, oh my God, a Thursday day of Jupiter with a Taurus moon, oh, so good, right? So that's why I'm launching my Patreon that day for when the moon rides at her peak, then ye heart's desire seek, and I am digging this Patreon process. So enough about me. We're then looking at the 2-week waning moon, letting go, releasing, to the new moon in Sagittarius on Saturday, December 4th, 2:43 a.m. So you can really wake up that morning with new moon energy. Isn't that cool? So let's get up in this gig. It's a general read, you know that. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and by all means check your other signs. I mean, for the mantras alone, you can string, if you know all 4, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, and if they're different, you get 4 different mantras to work. It's pretty cool. Because we've got more than one thing going on in our lives. This will be one subject aspect of your life. Another sign might give you more on the same subject, or another one entirely different. Otherwise, all the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box, along with other links. My book is down there. Eventually, my Patreon page will be down there. How exciting. I'm so excited about it. It's ridiculous. And Geminis, you get it. A new way of expressing yourself, right? But the best that I can do is say, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can. For this timeline, considering the energy is really high and it's a Gemini read. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm doing this during Pisces moon, and I am a Pisces moon, so I've got a little bit of a square there going on, a mutable air to water square. So I'm going to start with the Caroline Mace archetype deck. I call upon the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, general assembly, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, as well as the animal spirits and totems. For the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, what is the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering over their head, affecting everything else underneath it electromagnetically for this waning moon? Full to new, November, December. The Avenger. Oh, assemble. The Avenger archetype is an action family archetype. So it's about the power of taking action. But the shadow and the light on this are both alive and well. So you doing your part to do the shadow work, the alchemy, the healing, the letting go, will help all of humanity. The shadow attribute, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. The light attribute, and you telepath just went, I know, I felt it. The light attribute, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. And I would say at this point, and oneself, because it's all holographic. Social justicer vibe here. Second wave, divine masculine predominant in the 8th chakra. Ugh. The Avenger, huh? Alright, gems. Let's get verbal about this. Next card on the table is from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. This is the inside energy. Heart, third eye crown. The world behind your eyes. Your psychological world. Your feminine energy, right? The yin dynamic. Please take a nice deep breath. Because this is usually where the shadow work goes down as I call upon the goddesses of air, the sign of Gemini, powers of the east. Please, one card in clarity from the Daughters of the Moon. What is the Gemini collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing the Avenger archetype need to be aware of inside of themselves? Lovely, the sun. Seriously, anytime the sun shows up in any kind of reading, even if all the other cards are just crap, this lightens it. This says there is healing, there is light, there is truth. Now, happiness is a relative term, right? It's an emotion, sure, but it's a major arcana card. So major arcana kind of covers all of the chakras here, but certainly if this is about seeing things clearly, we're looking at a third eye. The sun calls things out into clarity, different than the moon, which obscures. This reveals. There can be a lot of healing going on inside of you, particularly in the sense of justice. Within yourself, yes, but then for a cause, because Gemini is masculine, dynamic in terms of all the air and fire signs are masculine, all the water and earth signs are feminine. It's just yin and yang, right? Not about body parts. So let's see what's going on the outside here. The Mythic Tarot, lower 3 chakras, your relationships, tribal, root chakra, groups, societies, families, friends. Second chakra, one-on-one, if this is about another person in particular, those relationships. And solar plexus, which could be indicated here as well with the sun there. Your own honor code, what you will, what you won't, what you do, what you don't, your survival, intuition, your self-esteem, and all that. Breathe. I don't say that in every reading, but they wanted me to say that. As I call upon my gods of air, sign of Gemini, powers of the east. Please, one card in clarity for the Gemini collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing the Avenger archetype, that social justice action family archetype there, even if it's social justice within their family, right? It need not be on a political scale, but for a general read, it's sure for some of them it is. With the sun on the inner, such a positive sign there, almost like enlightenment inside of them. What's this look like from the outside looking in? 9 of Cups. Now, 9 of Cups you'll hear is the wish fulfillment card, but it's fulfilling your own wish, in my experience. Just like the 9 of Pentacles, she who has her own, right? Lady of the manor, rider waite with a on her arm, the falcon, right, a bird of prey, but hooded, like, and she has everything she needs, but she's not at the 10. This is similar. This is like you've given yourself the love, or you are being really loving and fulfilling your own emotional wishes. Why? Wishes. Maybe both, because you've got this card inside. You've got this bright alignment inside of you. The sun is shining. Now, that doesn't mean you're walking on sunshine 24/7, 365, Katrina, and the waves. But certainly 9 of Cups on the outer says that you're more feeling fine than not. And if there is a wish fulfillment that you have in mind that you really feel resonates with this, I would say it's either happening, right? This is a waning moon thing. Usually it doesn't mean we can't manifest stuff during waning moon or let go of stuff during waxing moon. But the vibe on it is, this is a really groovy, good feeling card here, and one that may not necessarily be dependent upon somebody else or a situation. You might really be making strides in your own life purpose here with this Avenger archetype. Remember, that can be about social causes, but it can also be about animals, right? Like animal rights, you know, so which is a social cause, but you know what I'm saying. All right, we got our tarot on the table. We got our chakras laid out. let's get you a healing mantra here. Now, I really think if you know your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, watch those videos, write down the mantras, and work all 4 of them. If you can, you know, if that's your gig, if that's you do you. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the Ascended Masters General Assembly, although I'm going to say with the Avenger there might very well be a piece of social justice in here. We're looking at a definite divine masculine energy without it necessarily being in a masculine body. So please, 1 card in clarity, what is the perfect healing mantra for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading? The Avenger archetype in the 8th, the Sun on the inner, 9 of Cups on the outer. Their perfect healing mantra this full to new is rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. I think that goes really well with the Sun card and the 9 of Cups. And the kind of clairaudient thingy hoo-ha-doo-dah I'm getting here is that doesn't mean you have to feel good about everything. No, you can be authentic. But enjoy how you are seeing things differently. Heart, third eye, crown, because this clarity feels like this Sun card's hitting everything. And really allowing you to be a force for good in the world, which is perhaps a bit cliche, but we are dealing with an Avenger here. And again, this could be in a one-on-one relationship. This could be in all sorts of different ways, and that's why I tell people, you want to comment below what's the context. You don't have to spill the guts. I'm going to read this from the Bookie Book, but rewriting the subconscious, it doesn't mean you're never going to feel bad again. And oftentimes allowing our emotions to kind of let us know what's going on doesn't necessarily mean we have to act on them. Rewriting the subconscious, the more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. And I do that as a mnemonic device, so I remember the mantra. When the subconscious is rewritten, you are able to feel good on a regular basis regardless of the way life unfolds. In rewriting the subconscious, you reverse the gravitational pull of conditioning to become more familiar with the virtues of goodness. I mean, a perfect example is someone who's very politically active in this world, social justice, or, you know, the whole 9, but then watching the news throughout the day, they go up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down, and I get it. Believe me, I get it. I'm an empath. I'm trying to heal the mental, emotional, spiritual vibe on the planet so that the social justicers have that energetic background there to help them along. So to really embrace feeling good when it's good doesn't mean you deny your feelings when you're not feeling so good. As goodness becomes more known, the opposite vibration of negativity can become a less frequent visitor in your reality, but that doesn't mean you're in nirvana 24/7, 365, unless of course you are, then you don't really need readings. You're already there. This mantra is ideal for relieving guilt, perhaps even guilt of others, right? Relieving yourself of the pressure of holding them in guilt. Course in Miracles says a chain against my brother is a chain against myself, and they're talking humanity, brother. It was written in the 70s. I would say a chain against my divine soul sibling is a chain against myself, but that's a bit wordy. Releasing shame. Guilt is I've done wrong. Shame is I am wrong. You could feel the difference perhaps. And finding joy in new beginnings. And that is what you're headed for on the new moon in Sagittarius. Your opposite sign, but complementary. Gemini is mutable air. Sagittarius is mutable fire. So that's pretty rock and roll. Rewriting the subconscious. So I would say, because you're dealing with the subconscious just literally on the table here, that there is a real healing going on inside of you, but it does translate to the outer with that 9 of Cups. Or it's about a 9 of Cups situation in your life. Again, a general read, which is why I like reading people privately. And if you want to book me for a read, there's a video down there in the description box called Booking a Reading with Mel. It does all the work for you. It tells you exactly how that rolls. The Whispers of Love, the party changer deck, as I like to call it, because you could be thinking it's about one thing and then bam! The Whispers of Love drops some tea on the party. The higher selves of all involved, so if there is anybody else involved in this, you, somebody else, a bunch of people, maybe a society. They're in this too. Please take a nice deep breath. I gotta say, that feels peaceful. Alright, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love? For the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. And I get that with the Avenger, this can't be just all about them. So that they can alchemize the Avenger, Sun on the inner, Knight of Cups on the outer, rewriting the subconscious, because the more often they embrace feeling good, the less often they will feel bad. What's the higher self message for them this full to new? New love. New love. Embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. So this doesn't come right out and say this is soul contract romantically or anything like that. It still could be. But I feel like there's a touch, for some of you, there is a touch of this being both pertaining to work and spiritual growth, particularly if you are in the social justice field or adjacent, right? So that you're interacting with all of the changes going on globally on planet Earth as the consciousness of humanity evolves. We're starting to get, we're really all one. Unity consciousness rather than the illusion of separation. More the dictate of the soul than the dictate of the ego. The personality is between those two. So you're being given a huge opportunity here to serve more than just yourself. To serve the people in your life, to serve and whoever else is involved here, even if this is a romantic thing. There's a new opportunity here if this person is to come back around, but it's all about the balance and the justice and the fairness. It really is. We cannot expect our governments and societies to act fairly and honorably if we do not. It's just holographic. Boogie, oogie, oogie. Let's keep going. I'm not preaching, I'm just teaching. I'm not posing, I'm just frozen. Thank you, Prince. Okay, the Divine Animals Oracle, what a brilliant tool. Takes me a second to tune to them, but these are the spirit animals and totems that are walking with you, and the magic therein to help you do the shadow work. Please take a nice deep breath. And here we go. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, really get why this feels so very ungrounded. Not an earth card on the table here, right? The Sun on the inner, the Nine of Cups on the outer. So really, who walks with them, who swims with them, who crawls with them, who flies with them? This full to new November, December, alchemizing the Avenger archetype, Sun on the inner, Nine of Cups on the outer, rewriting the subconscious with a new love in some way, shape, or form, maybe even for social justice. This full to new. This is always going to crack me up. Red Fox, I'm coming, Elizabeth. You have to be of a certain age to know that reference. Big dummy. Oh, bless you, Red Fox. And a strategy, right? The fox. Maybe a nine-tailed fox, Naruto. Naruto, no Mito, no Usno, no Rito. Card number 3. Need the magnifying glass because this book by Stacey DeMarco, the companion book, brilliant. Packed full of info. Just going to read you the beginning verbal thumbnail sketch as well as the magic. It's literally bookending, pretty much bookending each chapter here, but there are like chapters in here. So the red fox, if you could see, the red fox is hiding behind Big Mushroom. 80s flashback. Please take a nice deep breath. You can read that with that fox energy going through me. 20th century foxes. Card number 3, red fox. Elizabeth. Strategy. Work through a strategy to get what you want. This is a time of transformation. So do not hide what you really are. Be a part of nature, not apart from nature. Be patient, your opportunity will come. If you're looking to bust a move, really work this, the shadow work. Like really do that, like really confront what makes you resort to violence in the name of a cause. Not to push it back down into the shadow, but to hear its voice. Because oftentimes what's going on in the outside globally, if this is the case, can be about our own personal stuff. And that's all over. It's just everyone pretty much. So that's the shadow work here. That doesn't mean that you still can't do the work that you want to do, but you do it with the desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness. Right use is the opposite of abuse, right? So doing this in a righteous way rather than an abusive way for society and or yourself. So there's a strategy. Is the word strategy in there? No, but I think that's what's being handed to you. Here's the magic. Yeah. If you need some prosperity in your life, or you are wishing for a more connected relationship to the world on any level, social justice, Inari Okami, which is the red fox, may be able to give you a strategy to assist. As the Inari and their Kitsumi is a living tradition, you can use modern Shinto ways to honor them. And if you are lucky enough, you can visit one of the Kitsumi temples in Japan. Fox magic is transformative, and foxes can help you find the best way to get through any puzzling or difficult situation, like life on planet Earth, as all of the social mores are evolving and shifting, and some are clinging on, and some are burning it to the ground to move forward. And where are you in that? Right? I'm not really a social justicer. I was a bit when I was younger, but as you get older, and if you're a mystic, there are other ways to get the work done. I work, Marianne Williamson, bless her, she's great, did a lecture decades ago called Yin Activism, if you can find it online. Really good, just a lecture. So the last card down, one of the mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empower, the Blessed Bee deck by, what's her name? I hear you, Lucy Cavendish, because she got the coolest name ever for this kind of work. Be like working in a library with the name Rita Book. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. So this is the hidden blessing in all of this, and just as we started with this card, the Pantheons of the Divine, same gig. I'm just calling them the Pantheons of Pantheons. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, overall, this feels really, really good. And for you to be able to go about it with this sunshine, the strategy can be a really, really good time in its way. More love, heart-centered than anger, hate-driven, right? So I call upon the Pantheon of Pantheons. Please, one card in clarity for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the hidden blessing here that they will find definitely after the shadow work, but maybe even during? Get some glimpses here as they alchemize the Avenger into a desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Maybe there's a wrong that you did and you want to balance. That could play itself out any other way. With the Sun on the inner, that there is a healing going on here. With Nine of Cups on the outer, there is some emotional stability there and an opportunity for a wish fulfillment. Rewriting the subconscious. If they can really embrace feeling good, the less often they will feel bad. It will just be a less frequent visitor, not completely banished from the kingdom, because there is a new love in play here. And for them to embrace the new opportunities of love that are before them. And this may pertain to work opportunities and spiritual growth, as well as a romantic or family or some kind of relationship here, so that they can work with the energy of the red fox to get the strategy to get to where they want to go. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with what they want here, but that they might need a strategy to do this in a way that keeps them more heart-centered than burning down the village. So what is the hidden blessing as a result of this, beloved Pantheons of the Divine? This full to new December, woof, woo, November, December 2021. It's the Liam Neeson card, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, it looks so much like him. It looks so ridiculously like him in Love Actually. Except for that song. Card number 15, a blessing for good men and fathers. I like a good man. $3.50 for about an hour and a half. Tastes like chicken. Card number 13. It's a joke, people. It's a joke. You think I do this all day long without a sense of humor? This is a long one. Buckle up, because my agreement with them is they give me the right card. I'm going to channel through the blessing. Magnifying glass. Torch of Archangel Ariel. Let's do this. Breathe. Yeah, really seriously, both feet on the floor, Mark. Here we go. Card number 13, a blessing for good men and fathers. A blessing for the men, the good men, who do the essential work for themselves, for each other, for their families, for their communities. And yes, this can refer to divine masculine, if not so very literal, a biological male, however you want to do that, right? We need good men, loving fathers, fully flowered in their masculinity. May you be blessed with the healing of any wounds you hold and hide within. Oh, that's saying a lot for the social justicers, considering who's been in charge for so long. May you allow yourself to be vulnerable and tender in the care of the young. May you be blessed with the strength of your own untainted power and open up to the great abilities that lie within you, beneath the muscle and sinew and grit and stoic face you show the world. May you be blessed and be open-hearted in love, intelligent in your alliances, honorable in your agreements, and courageous when you must stand and resist the challenges that may come to you. May you receive the blessings of opening yourself to your own immense internal beauties, refusing to identify only with the shadow which swallows so many good men. Instead, when you meet the darkness within, let it be understood, acknowledged, and honored, healed, and transformed, and thus may you turn away from stereotypes and become your true self. May all men be blessed as they do this sacred work. To every man may you be a brother, and with every honorable act of care and compassion and protection and nurture, may you be the most blessed. For you are precious to us all, and you father us all. It is not through the bonds of biology, but through the strands of connection, for all men are our brothers. May you show the next men how to father themselves and thus continue the evolution of our humanity. To all men who have literally had the blessing of children, may your nurture be blessed. To all men who raise and rear other men's children, may you be most blessed. To the good men and the good fathers for showing the many possibilities of how a man can be good in a very deep, real way, offering us all a well of wisdom from which to drink, a fire of protection and love by which to warm one's cells, and the endless love of the sea in which we are reborn. May your gifts to the world return to you threefold. Breathe. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. Wow. I think I need a cigarette. Why wouldn't I? It's Liam Neeson with antlers. Woo! So here you are, right? You got this Avenger archetype, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on society, definitely a masculine vibe and an action family archetype, sun and enlightenment and healing and happiness on the inside. Six of Cups, there is a wish fulfillment, but there's also an emotional happiness not dependent on anybody else. Why? Because you are rewriting the subconscious, because the more often you feel good, the less often you will feel bad in this new love. That can be a return of a relationship, can be a brand new relationship, can be about your spiritual growth, your work, your social justice in this world. But there is a strategy to call with the red fox there, and it will be a blessing for good men and fathers, as well as your own masculine energy, because you ain't been a female in every life and you ain't been a male in every life. And I love that people have the opportunity in this life to choose their gender to the extent they choose their gender for their well-being and for the well-being of all. What an interesting time to be alive in. No wonder we incarnated en masse on this one. So thank you so much. If you like the reading, please like it. Want more, please subscribe. Feel like commenting, please do. What is this about? A couple of words will do. And certainly get ready for my Patreon. I'm so excited. The extended readings will be there and on Vimeo. But for the Vimeo, they'll be $5 a shot. Bottom tier membership, you get all the extendeds for $5 a month. Just saying. So excited for all of this. And excited to see how this manifests, you beautiful gems. Stay outrageous. Stay truly, truly outrageous. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.